My skin is black.
What you looking
My
at?
skin
Yeah,
is black.
I feel so good to be black right now.
is black.
Welcome to episode 158 of the Black and Fashion Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Of course, you guys, I told you that when we started season 5 that we would bring in, not just fashion, but a lot of like different black businesses, black creatives and stuff like that. So today we have, I will make sure I say it's Sliggity Slime. Am I saying it right? Okay.
It's Sliggity Slime.
I practiced that a few times. I'm like, Sliggity Slime because I got an accent, so it don't always come out the way it's supposed to. And he is an artist, but he is also in fashion as well and has done a lot of modeling. He's from Long Island, has been making music since 2016. He went to college for a while, and then took some time off to start doing a little bit of modeling for about 4 years. So he's doing rapping and the modeling thing, and of course we like multifacetedness. So tell me a little bit about, I know you're from Long Island, but tell me a little bit about, like, I guess that creative perspective, because I usually ask people when that fashion bug bit them, but how did you know that you wanted to get into music and into modeling?
Okay, so music came about in 2016. It kind of happened through like just being around like certain people who made music and just being around like artistic people. So one day I had a friend at the time. His name was Yaya. Shout out to Dread. I used to just like pull up in the studio with him, and one day I just remember that song Uber Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's literally the first like beat I ever rapped over. And then I had like brought it to school like the next day, and then like the guys around, they was like, yo, that shit actually alright. So I was like, you know what, let me continue rapping. I started doing that, and then I took it more serious like towards I got into college. So about like 2018, 2019, I had took like a hiatus from making music, and then I started to dive into fashion. I think what piqued my interest with fashion was that I just kind of seen like we was in a state of like everyone doing the same thing, wearing the same clothes. I feel like fashion was like kind of dead. So I was like, you know what, let me try to put my own little spin to it and add my own creativity to it. So that's what I did.
Okay. So how do you, like, when you come up with like music and stuff like that, do you often like shoot videos too, like
Yes,
to go with the music?
of course.
And are you the stylist or the person who like kind of put the looks together for it?
Yeah, I usually come up with like all the ideas behind my music, behind like the way I dress. It's like a one-man team.
Well, I feel like that's how it is when you first start in business. It's like you got to do every part of it. So,
Yeah.
like literally from the creative aspect to putting everything together and stuff like that. But when you're doing like a video shoot, you got to bring everybody together to be on the same page or whatever. How do you translate your vision to them?
Well, I have like a very intimate small circle.
Okay.
So like the people who are in my circle kind of know the type of person I am. So it's kind of it's not too difficult communicating with them my vision, because they know I'm very serious about the things that I do.
Gotcha.
Right. So I feel like I just let them know like whatever my vision is, and they just go with it for the most part.
Okay. I find that sometimes like when you get a whole bunch of creatives in one room, either it get real crazy, like the ideas get to rolling, or it get real combative because everybody want to be like heard or whatever. And creativity is like, you can't tame it. It's like there's no taming creativity. It's just like it just pops up, and then when you're around creative people, the shit just comes out like tenfold,
Yeah.
And then you just around people, then y'all come up with dope shit. But then sometimes it's so many that the execution gets harder or whatever,
Very true,
But
yeah.
as a leader though, you always like, all right, nah, we gonna do this. We gonna line it up, and then we gonna check it off.
Yeah. Like I'm always open to new ideas, but I think it's the Taurus in me too. I'm stubborn. So once my mind is made up, that's what I said. What I said.
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn. I'm like that too.
Yeah, it's the earth sign.
Yeah, it's like it's like now we doing this, okay? And this is how it's gonna get done.
Exactly.
Do you have like a favorite artist like that you like really like their style, as far as not just their music style but also like their fashion sense?
Yeah, of course.
Who? I feel like I got somebody in mind that I think just from reading you, but I want you to say, I don't tell you if I'm right or wrong.
All right. Well, like my fave, of course, overall is A$AP Rocky, but
I was gonna say him or Offset.
Offset.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I mean, I like Offset the way he dressed, but I'm really like a New York person, so I focus like really on New York fashion. Don't get me wrong, I focus on every fashion, but if you from New York, I'm gonna give you like that. Yeah, you're not
gonna really follow no Atlanta niggas.
Yeah, not for real. Don't get me wrong. I know Offset get drippy. Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Ian Connor.
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi. They no, don't get me wrong.
See, and I'm from
Madison-
Chicago, so at the time, Kanye was that nigga. I mean, he crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna say he crazy now, but like at the time, like that was like I think like Kanye, he was the only one to me who got drippy in Chicago or whatever. But we ain't got that many artists.
Virgil wasn't doing his thing then.
But he ain't a rapper. I'm thinking about rappers.
Oh,
but yeah, Virgil, Virgil was
yeah,
doing his thing. He from
yeah.
Chicago too. But like, I just think that like Dirk and like Chief Keef and like Herbo, like they just like hood niggas. Like,
But I feel like Chief, he
kind of now, but I mean, I'm 35.
Okay.
I'm like maybe because I'm old, but I used to make clothes for his baby mamas back in the day. Like when I lived in Chicago or whatever, I used to stay making stuff like for appearances, but for the girls though, because they're gonna be like next to him.
Course,
But
yeah.
I always was like, but they always, I feel like we got the stuff I used to make was very like club stuff, like tight dresses. Like one of his. I ain't gonna say one of his baby moms. One of his baby, yeah, I know. Right? One of them, Jasmine. She had style. Like I really, when she would come to me with like ideas or whatever, and she would tell me like where they were going or whatever. Like we would do like I wouldn't say she was a little ahead of her time because she was also like 4 or 5 years younger than me. Because even so, I was like 25, 26 making this stuff, and she was like 21. Like they were young, and she would come through, and I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me go ahead and sketch that up real quick. We gonna knock it out.
Oh yeah, that's fire. Yeah. But I was gonna say though, my as of right now, my favorite like rapper who get drippy and who could rap is Westside Gun.
Who?
Westside Gun.
Westside Gun.
He's a part of Griselda. They're from Buffalo.
Okay, I was like, maybe I'm out of touch.
Nah, I'm pretty sure you've seen him
Westside
before.
Gun.
Like you ever heard of the brand Purple?
Yeah.
He did a collab with them.
Okay, I
He
need
did
to listen to some of his
some-
music.
Yeah, you have to. I promise you. It's like poetic. It's just like it's that good music. And he's 41, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he's
see,
making
that's
like
my
exactly. Your lane. Yeah.
Damn, 40s is my lane now. That sounds
No,
crazy as hell.
not like that,
No,
but
I know, but it just sounds because it is though.
Yeah,
like
it's
men in
gonna
their
resonate with
40s,
you.
yeah, it would resonate with me. But it's just like, damn, am I there yet? I'm there. That's crazy. And I keep saying I'm 35. I'm not even 35 yet. I'm 34. I'll be 35 next month. But I'm like, I'm already aging myself. Crazy.
I understand how that go though.
No.
I do the same thing.
So, what is your favorite clothing brand?
My favorite clothing brand is Telfar. Yeah.
Okay.
Why you say that?
Okay. Now I ain't no hater.
Mhm.
I ain't no hater, but they ain't real leather. They faux leather or they coated canvas. And
Yeah.
I make handbags. That's like my thing or whatever. So I'm very critical of people who make handbags because I'm
Okay.
just like y'all make and I think that he done his thing without doubt. But I just feel like for the price point, it needs to be real leather. That's
Okay.
just my only thing. Like that's the only thing. And then the handles, and I worked in the industry for a long time and I worked in handbags.
Yeah.
What we used to do is like we can make the bag a little bit cheaper to make it more affordable so you have like a higher profit margin.
Right.
But one thing what we used to do when we would make cheaper bags, I used to work for Calvin Klein handbags and Carl bags, we would make the handles leather. We'll make the rest of the bag like the faux leather and shit, but the handles is what get the the most wear and tear or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was just like, well, shit, he could at least did that. Like, if you ain't gonna make the whole bag leather, at least make the fucking handles leather because that's what gets the most wear and tear. So, and I also just think that once he did that collaboration with Rainbow, the quality of the product like slightly changed. But I like him as a designer. I just think that there's a little areas of improvement and change that could just make it a little bit better.
Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely. Everything you said, I could definitely agree with. But I'm just an advocate.
I like the designs though. I do. Like he got a little different away from just like that basic one that everybody had for a long time. And I'm starting to see a lot more like design. I'm like, okay, I fuck with that.
He's getting more into clothing. I mean, even though he's been doing clothing, it's just he's making more pieces. And like you said, I feel like ever since the Rainbow collection as well, he's just been doing a lot more. And the value, like you said, I feel like it went down.
Yeah. In the bags, though. I think the clothes, and maybe that's what the plan. That could have been the strategy, though. Like,
definitely.
Let's push out these bags and let me like kind of move, like slide over here to these clothes real quick and make that pop the way I need that to pop. And I'm like, it could have just all been a part of the strategy. Like I'm like that. It makes sense because if you make the product cheaper, make it on a larger scale, put it in the store by Rainbow. I know he collected a check from that, and you can use that check to put into the apparel. So it was definitely a good business move, so that he could pivot. I was just like, now I can't even be critical about that. Like, no, that shit was smart as hell. Like, let me push this out, get rid of all this, let me sell this stuff. Really put like a lower amount because if it's at Rainbow, it's way more accessible than what it was.
Yes,
I can sell like 10 times more than what I was selling, and then use that money to take it somewhere else. I would do that shit too, honestly.
No, yeah. That's
smart.
a smart business move for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely a smart business move.
But if it's Well, I've only said them two because I'm like an advocate for black owned everything.
Of course.
So I'm gonna put them first, but like my other favorite brand, I'm gonna have to give it to Ricky.
Owens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my nigga. I like him.
I love the Ricky, yeah.
I like him. I like
Yeah.
him. I think I really like his shoes too. Like I think he kind of go off in the shoe department too. Like I really do.
Yeah, they got like this grunge punk look. It's like, it's fire.
Mm-hmm.
If you know how to really throw on the Rick outfit too, do your ones and twos.
Yeah, I like it. And I love me like to be like punk. Is like it's like 80s. I'm definitely like a 90s. Like, do you have like a favorite era? Like in
My favorite
fashion?
era, yeah.
Oh, well, fashion and music.
Well, yeah, my favorite fashion era is the 70s.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an old soul.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I lived with my grandparents.
I wasn't expecting that.
Nah,
70s.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm really an old soul. I'm gonna listen to some Motown.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm from the Midwest. We love Motown. Okay.
I
I'm from
already know.
Chicago, born and raised.
Motown is in Detroit.
Right. I'm like,
I
we
already
love
know
the
it.
Midwest. Like, okay.
Yeah. So the 70s, and then with music, I'm gonna probably have to give it to the late 80s, going into the 90s, because that's when hip hop and fashion really merged.
Yeah.
And those looks back then was just so like, ooh,
Yeah.
the gold chains, the oversized jackets, the
Yeah.
oversized silhouettes it was just a lot going on back
Yeah.
then. Like, logos weren't really a thing yet. To slap logos on clothing, like Dapper Dan, like doing it for the community.
Yeah.
He did.
Out too.
No, he did his big one.
I say I'm for myself. I love the early 90s.
Okay.
Like I am. My friend tell me, I was like, "Shay, bitch, you want to be a 90s icon so bad." I'm like, "So? Like, let me live. Like, let me live my life."
No, really
But she was
though.
like the way you dress, the way you like, and I'm like, "You're right. I do. I love nights because for me, I feel like I am MC Light or Yo-Yo in that "Wanna Be Down" video with Brandy and Queen Latifah, and I feel like, and I had like when Brandy and Monica had their little battle on Versus.
On the verses, yeah.
I had this hat on because I was like, I'm about to be Brandy, and I think I had braids at the time too. So I was just like, and I went and put on my little Moesha skirt, and I'm just like, let me just show out real quick. And that song came on, and Queen Latifah started rapping, and then I was just like hitting every verse, and Yo-Yo verse, and MC Light verse, and my friends was just like, what? You know every word? And I was just like, this is any female rapper. I'm pretty sure I know every song. I am a Kim fan. I am a Salt and Pepper fan. I'm a Foxy Brown fan. MC Light. Like, I love female rap from like the early 90s, and I love the way they dress too. Like, and even when they transition from being like a little bit more retro into like they sexy shit, like when Trina kind of popped and then Lil Kim kind of, I was even with that shit too. I was just like, okay, because I know how to do both. I can be that retro with my clothing sometimes, but then I know, so I can get sexy too. Right. That's why I'm like, I like all female rap. There's no female rap that I don't like. Even the ratchet shit, I do think Sexy Red takes a little bit far. She take it a little bit too far for me, but I would be lying if I wouldn't be like, like sometimes I'd be like, I'd be bopping or whatever, but I'm just like, she take it a little far for me.
Yeah, she do. I love Sexy too, but like you said, she do take it there.
She take it. I'm like, and I felt like I thought Cardi was crazy at first, and her and Megan, like with their lyrics or whatever, I was like, damn, Megan she be going off, and then this girl that came out and she be saying all type of shit, and I was just like,
whatever she wants.
She say whatever she wants. Which one? Look, I'm like, she said whatever.
I'm not gonna even say it.
This is free podcast. It's raw. What is it? What'd she say? I want to know now.
The name of the song is called "Free My Nigga."
Free my nigga.
Yes.
Free my nigga.
Free my nigga.
Okay.
And you got to see the cover.
Free my nigga.
Free my nigga. Yes.
This girl.
Mind
Did you hear about her lip glosses? Her makeup. So
nope.
she got a lip gloss line.
I didn't even know.
One of them is called Yellow Discharge. One of them is called Gonorrhea. So the girl got a whole like lip gloss line, and this one of it like period blood. Like the names of them are fucking crazy. These people was talking about it on a podcast. Like they saying like she is not for the culture. Da, 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 da. And they were just going off, and they were talking about her lip gloss things. I was like, well, I mean, I don't know who the fuck would want to put that on their lips like that. I think it smells like that stuff. So I'm like, wait a minute. Yes, and these people was like going off about how she just was not a good role model. I can't remember where I saw that, but I was looking at it. I shared it with somebody. And I was just like, now who the fuck is buying that? So that's what I say. She go a little too far. It's called Free My Nigga.
Yeah.
Free My Nigga. Sexy Red.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna save this so I can listen to it later. I can't spell right now. Maybe I ain't getting no service in there. What the fuck did I put in? Am I spelling it right?
No,
Free mind. Oh, that's why I was like, am I spelling? Now see now, I thought that was right because I was thinking maybe her ass smell it like that.
nah.
I was like, she probably smell it like that.
She actually spelled it right this time. She
Okay.
probably had her team do it for her.
I'm like, she looked like she's. All right, let me screenshot this. I need to go look at it.
Yeah, you have
All
to.
right, cool.
When you see it, you're gonna be like.
Now, can you tell me about like any time in like just like in your your career as you're growing and you're learning like different things stuff like that? Has there been any time in your career where like something went really bad or you faced like a really really like a hard challenge and how you were able to like overcome it?
Yeah. For me, I'll say so I lost my brother in 2021 in a car accident, and
My condolences.
thank you. After that, I feel like I channeled a lot of my energy into modeling.
Okay.
And I feel like that was one of my ways that helped me do my grieving process, because I was having a photo shoot, if not every day, every week, like for sure, like locked in, staying focused. And during that phase, I also got signed to an agency, and I was assigned to them for like about a couple of months, but I wanted to go indie, so I took the indie route.
Okay.
I was able
Make
to
more
get
money that way.
Exactly. I was about to say that I make more money
Without
and-
giving somebody a cut.
Exactly, and I just can network more. I feel like the type of personality I have, I network better without the restrictions and someone like holding me back.
Right, and they're trying to mold. So I feel like anytime you have like an agent or a label or something like that, they try to push their agenda opposed to like what you really wanted.
Exactly, and like I was saying before, when it comes to like creative freedom, I like to express it. I don't like to be confined or restricted.
Right. No, I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap up, I have one more segment. It's just called "It's the Muse."
Okay.
So if you can share like, and it could be honestly, it could be a lyric. So it's normally like an affirmation, a mantra, a quote, a prayer, anything like that just keeps you pushing. But for you, it might be a music lyric. Is there anything in particular that you would want to share with another creative, just to like, just kind of keep them going, keep them pushing forward?
One thing I could tell y'all to try to keep y'all to keep going is always be yourself in any situation. Don't never let anyone throw you off your rocker. Stay 10 toes down. And make sure you say thank you every morning when you wake up. Thank the universe. And before you go to sleep, say thank you, universe. And that's the words from Sliggity Slum.
Oh yeah, I do. I thank the Lord every time I get up, every morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for the roof over my head, Lord. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. And
No
if you just want
problem.
to, I'll put everything in the show notes. But if you just want to throw out like your social media handles, any upcoming projects or events and stuff like that, where people can connect with you and stuff.
So you can find me on Instagram at Sliggity Slum. You can find me on all major platforms at Sliggity Slum. I just dropped my latest EP. It's called Slime or Be Slimed. It's on all major distributions: Apple, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, everything. And music videos dropping soon. I have a music video dropping in about a week or two, and I want to start working on a new project, A Lot of Slime 2, coming for next year. There's no dates yet, but I'm gonna keep y'all in tune. Just stay in tune. We doing the big one this year.
Perfect, love that. And as I always say, people, stay black. Peace out.